Okay, screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here is a brief difference between the what are different types of HDL. Okay, and uh, what do you mean by HDL? So all of you know, right? Hardware description language. So it doesn't mean a hard and difficult language. Okay, so it simply means a hardware description language. And to describe the circuits by using some syntax and sentences, right? This particular hardware description language is used. Okay, and what are different types of HDL hardware description language that you all of you are familiar with? VHDL and Verilog. So we have discussed this thing many times. Verilog is similar to a C language, right? And System Verilog is other what we can say the recently used HDL language type also. It is similar to the C++ and VHDL is similar to the Pascal. Okay, so Pascal is again a high level language. So VHDL is very much similar to that Pascal language. Okay, Verilog is similar to the C and System Verilog is similar to the C++. Okay, so these are the types of HDL and that are widely used. Okay, now, so this is the history of Verilog that also we have already discussed. This is the history of System Verilog. That point also we have already discussed. Okay, now in this Verilog, normally these two types of modelings are prominently used. Okay, behavioral and structural style modeling. Okay, what what is there in this behavioral style of modeling? So this style of modeling describe what a module does. Okay, at the right hand side you can clearly see the example. Okay, that means in behavioral style we are simply describing or we are simply explaining the behavior of the module, of that behavior of the design, right? For example, if you take a design of counter, what is role of counter or why we are using counter? To count, right? To count from its initial value to what we can say the expected value. So in case of behavioral style of modeling, you have to simply describe the behavior of that particular module or design. Okay, and that uses assignment statements, loops, if else kind of statements that are most prominently used in behavioral style of modeling. Okay, then next one is a structural style of modeling. What happens in this structural style of modeling? This describes the structure of hardware components. Okay, interconnections of primitive gates, for example NAND, OR, right, NOR, etc., and other modules. Okay, so this is about the structural style of modeling. Now what is the difference between this behavioral style and structural style? So first one that describes the behavior of the module or design, and in case of structural style, that we generally describe the structure of the hardware components, how the different hardware components are placed in the design. So that is a structural style of modeling. Okay, if you see what we can say, if you happen to write the Verilog programs for the behavioral and for the structural, so we have taken the same example, right? This is a program for simple counter. Okay, now if you go for a behavioral style of modeling, then how you should write a program in Verilog for the counter, and right hand side box will show you how to write a Verilog program, right, for the counter using structural modeling. Okay, so by looking to this example, it is more clear to you that see, in case of behavior, what we have defined, we are using or we are describing the behavior of the circuit. Means simply here we have used the if loop, if else loop. If reset count is equal to 0, that means if it is reset, then count is equal to 0, right? This is the first condition. That means If we have reset the circuit, then count is equal to 0. Else means second condition. Now in second condition means what? If reset is not there, right? That means we haven't reset the circuit. Then what will happen? Else count is equal to count plus 1. A very simple program of counter, right? And again, always pause age clock, that I have explained you, right? While we have studying the unit number 3, that is positive age clock. That means we have putting the condition, or that is a kind of process statement. This always statement is equivalent to the process statement in VHDL, right? We have discussed this point many times. Okay. And again, module, then what we can say, the inputs, output register, output register, that we have to define as here also. Okay. So this is a example of behavioral style of modeling for the counter using Verilog HDL. Okay. Same design, or the same what we can say, uh, counter design, you can also use structural style of modeling also. See, coding language is same, Verilog only, but we are using different styles of modeling in that language, similar to the VHDL also. VHDL मध्ये पण आपण बघतो का नाही, बिहेवियरल होती, स्ट्रक्चरल होती, बरोबर आहे, डेटा फ्लो होती. इकडे मोस्ट प्रॉमिनेंटली कुठल्या यूज होतात, बिहेवियरल आणि स्ट्रक्चरल. सो द सेम काउंटर प्रोग्राम you can write it in a structural style of modeling. Okay. So first again you have to define module, then entity part. Okay. Then wire N5, N1, N4, right? These are the different wires. See, again you have to compare this. In VHDL, signal is equivalent to the wire in Verilog. बरोबर आहे. VHDL मध्ये आपण काय डिफाइन करायचो, सिग्नल, बरोबर आहे. इकडे आपण काय डिफाइन करतोय, wire, Verilog मध्ये. This is the only difference. Okay. And always remember this, Verilog is very much similar to the C language. Okay. Then FDD U0, this is the first unit. Then FDD U1, this is the second part. Then MUX, right? 2S21, this is the third part. And U3 and U4. That means this U0, U1, U2, U3, U4, these are the different designs or different structures in that entire design, right? That means by using structural modeling, we are actually describing the structure of the components, right? In first case, we are just describing the behavioral of that counter. We are not taking care of the internal structure and all things. But with the help of this structural style of modeling, we are describing the structure of the what we can say, structure of that design, which component is where it is placed, how it is connected to the next component, again that next component is connected to whom. So this is all about the structure of that design, and we are describing that in a structural style of modeling. Doesn't matter it is a Verilog or VHDL, concept will remain same in both cases, in Verilog as well as in VHDL. Clear? So by looking to this program, it is more clear to you how we are using actually different styles of modeling. Okay. Then okay, which point you want me to repeat? Assignments. Okay, that is the first, and second one is a again. So this part also we have already discussed, right? In Verilog, some keywords are reserved that you should not use as a entity name. बरोबर आहे, हे आपण शिकलेलो आहे. व्हेरिलॉग मध्ये काही काही कीवर्ड्स जे आहेत ते रिझर्व्ड आहेत, ते तुम्ही एंटिटी चं नाव म्हणून नाही वापरू शकत. सो दिस इज द लिस्ट दॅट दीज आर द कीवर्ड्स विच आर द रिझर्व्ड कीवर्ड्स इन व्हेरिलॉग, राईट? म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल I cannot use to name any entity, right, within this list. म्हणजे ह्या लिस्ट मधलं कुठलं नाव मी एंटिटीला वापरू नाही शकत, बिकॉज दीज आर द रिझर्व्ड कीवर्ड्स. Okay, these are the reserved keywords, and that you should not use to name your entity. Okay, this is the reserved, you should not touch it. Okay, these keywords are used for that particular statement or that particular syntax only. You cannot use these keywords for your or for naming your entity. Okay, so you have to remember this part. Then again we have discussed this part also. Okay, so we have studied already VHDL is a 9 valued logic, right? त्या कुठकुठल्या 9 valued ते आपण पाहिलंय while studying the data types. Okay, similarly Verilog is a 4 valued logic. Okay, Verilog is a 4 valued logic. And which are those 4 values? 0, 1, X and Z. What is 0? It is representing logic 0. What is 1? It is representing logic high, that means true. What is X? It is representing either 0, 1 or Z, that means unknown. And what is Z? It representing the high impedance for tri-state, right? High impedance for tri-state. That means in VHDL, we are having such a 9 values, and that's why we are what we can say, concluding that VHDL is a 9 valued logic. Similarly, in case of Verilog, we have such a 4 values 0, 1, X and Z, and that's why always remember Verilog is a 4 valued logic. VHDL is a 9 valued logic. क्लियर? समजलंय का सगळ्यांना? VHDL हे 9 valued logic आहे, whereas Verilog is a 4 valued logic. कुठल्या त्या 4 valued? 0, 1, unknown and high impedance, right? So these are the 4 value that you are using in case of Verilog, and of course it comes under the logical data types. Okay, this comes under the logical data types. Okay, so again in case of this logical data types, and, or, NAND, NOR, NOT, these logical functions are also there. Okay, so again this is about how to represent the numbers in Verilog. Okay, how to represent a number in Verilog. So first you have to define the size, then base format, and then number. Okay, size, right? That means number of bits. That is the optional that you can use, you may not use. Okay, then base format. Base format means was whether that number is binary, decimal, octal or hexadecimal, right? So in this manner you can use the base format. And number means what? So number contains the digits which are legal for the base format, right? That means if you are defined the decimal, can you use a in the decimal format? Decimal format मध्ये a येतो का? अरे डेसिमल फॉर्मॅट मध्ये a येतो का? Recall your number system in digital technique. मी एक नंबर घेतला, सपोज 1820, हा डेसिमल आहे का हेक्साडेसिमल आहे?
हेक्साडेसिमल.
हा, बरोबर. मग मी तेच सांगतोय की A to F आपण कशात कन्सिडर करतो, डेसिमल मध्ये का हेक्साडेसिमल मध्ये?
हेक्साडेसिमल.
मग मी तेच विचारतोय की A हे डेसिमल मध्ये येईल का?
नाही.
करेक्ट. So you have to define the number which is legal for the base format. म्हणजे जर का तुम्ही बेस जर का डेसिमल लिहिला असेल आणि इकडे तुम्ही नंबर लिहिला 1820 की जो हेक्साडेसिमल आहे, तर ते चालणार नाही, राईट? सो दिस इज हाऊ यू कॅन रिप्रेझेंट द नंबर. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, दिस इज द example. So first is a 3, right? What is 3? That we have already discussed. It is a size. Then colon, base format and number. Okay, Now in that way you can write this is the 3, that means it's a size, then column, then it's a base format. That means base format means what, which type of number it is, whether it is a binary, whether it is octal, whether it is hexadecimal, or it is a decimal. So obviously we have written here B, that means it's a binary number, and then the number, it is 0 1. Okay, it is 0 1, or you can write the three digits also, 0 0 1. Okay, 0 0 1. Similarly, in case of this thing 3, that means size is 3, base is binary, x and 1, x is a unknown, so this indicates binary and 3 digits. That means you can write it in this format. It will consider the MSB bit by default as a 0. It will consider this MSB bit by default 0, or you can clearly mention your number in 3 bit. म्हणजे समजताय का, म्हणजे 3-B01 म्हणजेच 3-B001. इथे तुम्ही MSB मेन्शन केलेला नाहीये, मग त्या केसमध्ये काय होणार, ते बाय डिफॉल्ट 0 किंवा जो इथला फर्स्ट नंबर असेल तो बाय डिफॉल्ट इथं कन्सिडर होणार. समजलंय, by default तो consider होना. Okay, so this is about the number representation in Verilog. Okay, so you can represent the negative numbers like this minus 3-B1, so it is equivalent to the minus 3-B01, or it can be a 3-B11. Why double triple one? Because in case of what we can say, negative number, right, so that is depending upon the sign. Okay, so MSB with 0 or 1, that is depending upon the sign. What MSB you should consider, that is depending upon the sign. Means if here is a 1 and negation, it will consider MSB also as a 1. If there is a 0, then it will consider MSB as a 0. So that is depending upon the sign. Okay, so these are the some examples of number representation. This simply 549, it is a decimal number. Then H8FF, this is a hex number. Then 0765, this is the octal number. Okay, this is unsized number. That means because we already discussed, this size is optional. तुम्ही त्या नंबरची साईज दिलीच पाहिजे असं काही नाही. Okay, the size is optional, so you may skip that size part also. Okay, then this is the examples of size number. There you have mentioned the size, that 4, that means it's a 4-bit number. Base format is binary, that means it's a binary number, and it's a 1 1, that means it's a binary 0 0 1 1. Similarly, here also you can write it's a 3-bit number B10X. The last bit is unknown here. This is a 8-bit hexadecimal number, right? It's a 8-bit hexadecimal number which is high impedance. Z is the number, but it is Z means the high impedance. Okay, similarly here also, similarly this also, it's a 5-bit decimal number 3. Okay, it's a 5-bit decimal number and the value is 3. Okay, this is the size number. This is the unsigned numbers. This is the unsigned numbers. Minus 8-D6, then 4-SHF. So this is the signed numbers. So in this way you can actually represent the numbers in Verilog. Okay, now we will discuss about the data types. Okay, data types in Verilog. Okay, so what I will do, I will repeat this unit once again for you. I will repeat each and every point. Will it be okay for you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, no
Yes,
problem.
sir.
I will repeat it once again to you. So now we will talk about the data types in Verilog. So first type is a register. Okay, so this register stores its value from one assignment to the next assignment, one to the next. Okay. Now again, here is a thing that don't you should not confuse between the register word or that's reserved keyword with the word register. Okay, reg is a reserved keyword that is used for the register data types. Okay, so you should not confuse that. Okay, its a default value is unknown, that means x. Default range is also 1 bit, that means if you don't mention the range for that register, default it will consider it as a 1 bit register. Okay, and by default are unsigned but can declare signed using keyword signed, right? That means it is normally a unsigned values that comes under the register, but if you want to use the signed values, no problem, then you have to use register, then use word signed, and again you have to mention the contents of the register. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे जर का ते तुम्हाला साइंड व्हॅल्यूज त्याच्या रजिस्टरमध्ये लोड करायचे असतील किंवा त्याच्यात रजिस्टरमध्ये तुम्हाला स्टोअर करायचे असतील तर तुम्ही साइंड म्हणू शकता, किंवा तो डेटा टाईप रजिस्टर वापरायचा असेल, रजिस्टर डेटा टाईप तुम्हाला वापरायचा असेल अँड दॅट टू बी साइंड, सो यू हॅव टू यूज दॅट वर्ड साइंड, or by default it will consider it as a unsigned one. Clear with this? So this is the first data type, register. Second one is a nets, or in other words wires. Okay, now actually these wires correspond to the physical wires that are connect instances. Okay, nets do not store values, it have to be continuously driven, and the default range is 1 bit, and by default these are the unsigned ones. Okay, so these are the specification of these data types nets. First, it is it is not capable of storing any value. Second one, it is continuously driven. Okay, its default range is a 1 bit, means if you haven't mentioned range, it will consider it as a 1 bit. Again, it's a uh, what we can say, it's a default type is unsigned. Okay, now these wire declarations are used for most frequently other nets types are WAND, then war, try, and try or. Okay, so again I will repeat. So this wire, then this WAN, war, so these are the reserved keywords that are used for that particular purpose. Okay, war means what? The wired or gate. WAN means what? Wired and gate. Likewise, so these are the reserved keywords. Okay, whenever it will find WAN, that compiler will automatically understand it is a wired AND gate, right? So this is the next data types, that is nets or wire. Okay, now what are the other data types are there in Verilog? Integer is there, real number is there, right? So this real data type is normally used for the simulation purpose only. Okay, this real data type is used for the simulation purpose only. Integer you are familiar with, it is a 32-bit wide, then it is a convenient to counting purpose, right? And it is useful for loop also, right? When to use integer? For loop purpose. Suppose if you want to execute say loop you 5 times, then you simply you can use the integer, or it is convenient for the counting process also, right? In that case you can use this integer data type. This real data type is normally used in a simulation part, that means test bench part. Test bench is a one kind of simulation that we are using in our Xilinx, right? Doesn't matter it's a Verilog or VRDL, we are using that same thing. Okay, now thing is this real data type, it is used in the simulation purpose only. Okay, now this is the next data type, that is Verilog vectors. Okay, this same data type we have discussed in VRDL also. We are using the vector, that means with the specific range. Okay, how what we can say, how we can define these Verilog vectors, or what is the syntax for this Verilog vectors? So again there is a syntax for this Verilog vector, that is a register. Okay, the register, then it's a range. In the range you have to define the left range and right range, that means minimum range and maximum range, and finally the variable name, that means for which variable it is used. Okay, now example is register, means data type is register. Then in a square bracket we have to define the left range and right range. Left range is 0, right range is 7, and variable name a comma b. This means it has two 8-bit registers with MSB as the 0th bit, right? With MSB as the 0th bit. That means always remember the first bit is always MSB and last bit is always LSB. Okay, here is some reverse order is there. That means left range is always MSB and right range is always LSB. Again, one more example. Data type is wire, left range is 3, right range is 0, and variable name is data. Okay, what it means? It is 4-bit wide wire MSB as the 4th bit. Why? Because the always remember the first bit is MSB, first bit is MSB, and the 4th bit is MSB. Here the 0th bit is MSB. That means now if you want to define say 8-bit register, right, 8-bit register with 8-bit as a MSB, then how you can how you should define register 8 as to 0 a comma b. That means it is two 8-bit registers, right, with MSB at the 0th. That means always remember the first digit that you write, that will consider as a MSB, that will consider as a MSB, right? Again similarly same thing, this a in square bracket 5, that means it's a bit hash 5 of vector a, it's a fifth bit of vector a. Data 2 as to 0, that means it's a 3 LSB of vector data, right? Data 2 as to 0 means 3 LSB of vector data. So in this way you can use the Verilog vectors, that means this vector data types of Verilog. Okay, now next data types, that is Verilog arrays. Okay, first we have studied the wires, then registers, then Verilog vectors. Now the next data type is Verilog arrays. Okay, see what we are doing here, actually we have discussed this unit in very deep manner. Okay, but now again here in this repetition part or revision part, I will give you again brief idea of this unit number 3, that is Verilog modules and Verilog programming. Okay, what are the most prominently used data types, what are the most prominently used operators, what are the most prominently used operands in case of Verilog. So this part we have already discussed, but again we are actually going for the revision of the same, okay, in very short and brief manner. Okay, so just try to understand this part. Okay, so next data type is Verilog arrays. Okay, but this part we will discuss in next lecture. What we will do, again we will repeat the entire unit number 3 for you. Okay, because it is somewhat tedious to understand for you. Okay, you might have clear with the VHDL module and VHDL data types and all that, that is very clearly, but it is bit difficult for you to understand the Verilog module. Okay, so what we will do, actually we have started from today only. In next lecture we will go for the revision of entire unit. Okay, instead of selecting particular bit, let it be, but we will go for the revision of entire unit, so that again you can have the better understanding of this unit. Okay, so from this part again we will continue in next lecture. Today we will stop here.